Chris, how nervy was that sort of last couple of minutes, given that you'd had so many chances to, I guess, put the game to bed when you knew they were going to come at you?
Yeah, well, it's not the first time it's happened to us this year. You know, the Adelaide game was similar, and the Giants game was similar. Games where we had lots more shots than our opposition, didn't kick accurately, gave them a look, and those two teams were good enough to get over the line. Fortunately tonight, that wasn't the case. I mean, it would have been a bit of a travesty had we lost that game. I thought we did a lot of things right. I think we had 34 shots, I've been told, on goal, so we kicked 12-14, another 8 that went out in the full or didn't make the distance. So it's a lot of shots to generate against a really good team, and the pleasing part for us is that we kept them to 16 shots on goal, and they're the most prolific scoring team in the competition. So defensively it was a really good effort. It just ended up a close game, but I think we deserved to win, so I think that would be fair enough to say that.
Yeah. Obviously, a sort of, it's 200th game, but it was sort of a typical performance from Hugh as well, where he was really efficient and got his job done and did a great job in that middle bit.
Yeah, he's, I think he's getting a little bit of acknowledgement these days about what a good player he is. He's been a good player for a long time now. I mean, I think he's been in the top 40 in the comp for how many times? 3 or 4 times, maybe 4 times. He's never been an All-Australian, but in our eyes, he's a star. But he's a star not just because he's a good footballer. He's a great team player, and he's an excellent leader, and he's an unbelievable person. So, his accomplishment tonight to get to 200 games as quickly as he has, and given the baptism of fire that he had in the first couple of years where we didn't win too many games and we got beaten up a lot, for him to sort of emerge out of that and become the player that he has is a real testament to his resilience.
Feels like a lot of your young guys have been contributing all year, but we saw the Ashcroft tonight. Fletcher was very good again. It gives us about the importance of those younger, the development of those guys.
Yeah, it's good to see because the older blokes aren't going to play forever, and we need the next layer coming through. And it seems like the group that we've got are an incredibly talented group. And we don't talk about Wilmot much, but he's a fantastic young player as well. And Logan Morris, so Kai Lohman. So we've got some good ones there that we can keep building our team around. And in the meantime, some of the veterans keep going well. I mean, I thought Froggy Lester played an unbelievable game tonight. He just gets better with age, Frog. So yeah.
And how's Dane after a few knocks? He battled on.
Yeah, he did battle on. Someone stomped on his foot, and then he got a crack in the head, but he kept going. Typical Zork style, and made a good contribution to our victory.
Has there been a change in the defensive intensity phase the past couple of weeks? Has it been a focus, or has it just been, just a factor in the past couple of weeks? Because it's been the last couple of weeks in particular, that intensity has been there right throughout each match.
Yeah, it has. I mean, I know it got talked about a little bit post the Giants game, and then a little bit even post the Port game. It's been pretty strong all year. I mean, if you look at pressure factor, go and have a look at pressure factor differential. I reckon you'll find that we've been in the positive most games that we've played. I don't think we were tonight. I think their pressure was very good, and so was ours. We were 1.96, they were 2.02, so it was a high pressure game. But it's something we talk about all the time. It's something we always want to be good at. I've probably talked about it a little bit more the last month or so, just to rev the boys up a little bit. But I don't think it's ever been really a great concern. Maybe just a couple of games where it got noted. We had a low tackle count,
You like to, when your players have milestones, pick them up and use them as a thing. Like tonight, you obviously had Hugh, you had Swanee leaving. You talked about Danny here. Like, how much of that stuff was a factor tonight? The emotion that surrounded the team and the club. Yeah,
look, I think every club does it. I mean, we sort of did some stuff on it yesterday, and then, on my presentation before the game, I had their pictures up on it, and talk a little bit about the great contribution all three have made to our footy club in different ways. And then it would be good tonight if we could win, because we would like to give Swanee a Gatorade shower at the end of the game and pretty important to win for a guy like Hugh, who's just such a good team man. And obviously Danny, who's as highly respected as anyone can be at a footy club. So yeah, we used it. We always do. Every club does. I do my best to acknowledge those milestones, and club's always been good to me when I've had the odd milestone as well. So it's just how we roll.
And just on Josh Dunkley, always good. Does he lift when he plays against his old team? Like he was,
Well, you'd probably have to ask him, but he always plays pretty well against them, I reckon. And he's had 14 tackles again tonight, and a lot of the footy. If they were picking all Australian teams and they wanted to pick a bloke in the midfield who's a really good defensive player, he's the best defensive midfielder in the competition, and probably the best I've ever seen. I know I haven't seen them all, but the way he values that part of the game is just incredible, and then he applies it. So good on him.
How important is Dunk's calmness as well? Because it's something I see when you watch him play, that he just doesn't panic in the game. He always looks like he's got time. He's just playing the game on its merits, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean he's a if you know him personally, he's a calm sort of a person. His leadership qualities are really, really high. And he's made we made 2 grand finals since Josh Dunkley's been in our club. Now I'm not putting it all down to him, but he's helped us enormously in that regard.
Thanks. Just one on the Rucks. You used the 2 again tonight.
Yeah.
I guess, they looked like they were, I don't know whether it was Oscar's conditioning or whatever, they looked better this week than last week.
Yeah.
What did you think of their performance?
Yeah, I thought it looked better this week than last week. I'm still of the opinion that it might just, if we play the 2 of them, it just depends on who we're playing. So, if you're coming up against a Collingwood, let's say, and they've got Cameron and Cox, then we're probably playing our 2 tall boys, Against teams that might only have the 1 tall ruckman, we might go down a different pathway. But that's the way we decided to go tonight. The pleasing part about it was Oscar looked better tonight than he looked last week, which is completely understandable given he hadn't played a game of AFL footy since the North Melbourne game. He'd only been playing some games in the reserves. So he took a step forward tonight, which was exciting for all of us to see, and I'm really pleased for him. Thank you.
Thank you.